yeah, I'm pretty impressed by it. So it's kind of cool, and that's what I do every once in a while. I try to sneak in some questions with Cloakin. Back in the day, Cloakin would be in. I'm like, hey, Cloakin, can you show us something? Yeah, so it's kind of cool. Um, I have no idea that most likely Primalist would be a really good fit for that thing. Yeah, that's definitely like a lot of us are chomping at the bit to play this thing. I'm just really excited to see. I want to see Eventide, and I really want to see this new UI really bad. So it's kind of cool that it's right around the corner. And like I said, the reason one of the things we know is Cloakin is working on the Secret Service directive, but they're having meetings all the time and they're talking a lot, and there's a lot of stuff they're trying to work out and fix when they meet. So that's one of the things that's going on also. But yeah, there's a lot of work being done, and I'm pretty sure like that shotgun and that heavy didn't exist before. He's definitely in part of it, but if you notice, he does all the voiceover, and he's probably the person working with coordinating the sounds and the directions for sounds and things like that. And the reason I tell you that is if you look at what he did when he was with Blizzard, that's part of his that's part of what he was doing. He was like a announcing guy, but also he was like the guy who did the interface with the community. Because like when he left, you can actually go to Blizzard and look at the posts, and people are like, "Oh man, we're gonna miss you. Can't wait to see when you go to your next thing that you do." So like he's always been known to like interface and interact with like the community. So I'm I'm thinking he also might be a web developer. I think he actually built the Catalyst Black site. I wouldn't be shocked if he did, because it almost seems like that's something he does. So yeah, it's really cool. But yeah, that's why like my perspective too as a programmer and a person who's worked in teams and worked with freaking different builds and working with checking code in, checking code out, revisions of code. Sometimes you actually have to pull out a revision and reload it. Like I said, when this game launched on Secret Service, I was there. I'm sitting there in my house trying to see who's gonna stream first so we could get to see gameplay. If it wasn't for Maxman was the only guy who used to stream Catalyst Black all the time. All of the all of the content creators, YouTube guys and stuff like that, they got specific games they played. This is a great new game, fantastic. One stream, two stream, no stream. And that was it. Like they did one, two videos and they moved on. So that's how it is. Like they're not really interested in it because it's not a full fledged game right now, and they're not interested in the concept of helping build it. They just want to play it, and if it's not new and it's not giving them enough stuff right away, they don't care. But like I mean, if somebody really loved the game and they wanted to play it, yeah, they could, and they have a really big following. They could boost this game. They could keep this game going. I'm literally creating the base for it right now between me and Ace. Ace was the only dude when they released Massborn. Ace was the only guy streaming it. I used to watch his stuff for hours, just like trying to get an idea of how the game would play and what to do. And by the time it came out, it was completely different than what he had showed. It was a totally different game. And what's funny is that was the alpha state. And then you look at the alpha, you're thinking, wow, it didn't, whatever. But it looked pretty good too. There was just some missing graphics. But a lot of what you know was still in place. And then I've been watching it grow steadily. And yeah, like every time they do artification or drop art onto the maps, it's mind blowing. Like I'm blown away. Like I'm just super impressed by how good it looks. The other thing I was gonna say too is if you look at even the tutorial, it's really nice. Yeah, it was. When Ace used to play it, there was a core rush, a 30-point core rush game. That was it. Um, and there was only one giant Meganaut, and it was the Temple of. It was a smaller version of the Temple of Three map, but it's similar, but not exactly. It was a smaller version of that map. Temple of Three, when it came out, was a bigger map than the one Ace played, because there's just so much more on that map for you to see. Or it might have been Temple of Three. It's just there was so little things there. It really didn't feel very big. But yeah, it got it got amazing. It's really amazing, the way they did it. And back in those days, the map used to show everybody's location. You could see everybody on the map. It was funny. There was no fog of war in the game. Every player on the map could be seen at all times. And I mean, Ace played the heck out of that game. Ace was trying combos. Ace was telling you what worked, what didn't. That's why, like, when some people's like, "Oh, his builds don't make sense." Some people are saying like they're garbage. Oh, I tried these things. They're not even logical. You're misconstruing if the build is viable for you versus if the build is viable. It's not the same thing. Like, based on play styles, it may not be a good build for you. Based on what you do or how you want to play, the build may not work at all for you. Like, if you're kill focused and that's all you want to do in the game, some of the things that Ace is showing you don't help you. If you're survival focused and you're trying to be able to dodge and be tanky and live, the builds he shows you actually make sense. Like, he describes what the build does. Oh, but when I play him, I just blow him away. All right, but he does similarly what I do. He's testing stuff. He's doing combinations. He's not saying, "Wow, this is a super strong build and it can kill everybody, and I'm only going to play that build." If that's what he was doing, then what's the point of making content? Who wants to watch you play the same build over and over and over and over again? Who wants to watch you? Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna run around. I'm gonna get 100 kills in a game that's maybe populated by 3 other people or 4 other people. Like, or it's a max of 6. Half of the kills you're getting are bots, right? And in a full game, you can do well, but it's the same thing. I was playing with Hexeter, right? And I played him in a game, right? I had the shotgun Vanguard build. I killed him 8 times in that game, and he's like, "Oh, you're saying I'm easy to kill." I'm not saying you're easy to kill, but you're not hard to kill either. And it was a very strange conversation, like, "Oh, you're saying I'm easy, I'm easy, I'm easy." That's not the point. One, I don't play for kills. 2, if you come to hunt me, I have a tendency, if I see you, I'll kill you too, if I can. It's just what's going to happen. I am not going to basically have a person running around the map consistently shooting me. And if I don't deter them and start shooting them a lot more, and to make them think about coming at me unless they're set up in a way to survive it, then my game becomes extremely annoying, because all you're going to do is have some dude chasing you and trying to end you every time. So what you do is you end them sometimes too. And if you see them and you're ready, you take them out and then you move on. Yeah, no. Yo, there's some people that's all they do. They don't even play the game. You're watching the score. They're losing by like 30,000. They're losing by 20,000 points because all they do is hunting people. And like, if I have a build, then there was one guy I was playing a few days ago, Bloody Hell. I'm not sure if it was Hex or it was somebody else, but this dude was called Bloody Hell. He had a build that countered my build. But the way he did it was, when we started, I killed him a few times. He left the game, changed the build, came back. He did a few things, didn't work too well, left the game, came back again, until he got a third build that could completely nullify my build. And then proceededly coming to kill me, and then doing stupid dances. But you left 3 times. I never left. I want the points. Trying to get XP. I don't need to kill you. I gain nothing by killing you a lot. It's not a thing. So it's like, that's the thing I don't understand. KDAs mean 0 in this game. Let's say you killed me 12 times, and then I hit my stride, and then you never kill me after that 12th time. And I go on a streak where I kill 60 people. My kill streak is going to be probably the highest. I'm going to have whatever. I'm going to have a really high score because I got 60 kills. It doesn't matter. Because all that matters is the last time I died to the last time, like, before the game ends. If I don't die at all after those initial 12 exploding or 12 takedowns, and I dominate kill streak and I'm doing every other thing, who cares? No, I know. But like when you find those guys, what you usually do is you modify your build the next game, and then you find one of your stronger builds that you know you can take people out with, and you decimate them from there. And then what you do is you beat them so bad that they leave the game. Because the funny thing about it is, when you go to a build that's strong and that can protect you and can take people down, those guys don't stay long for the game. They leave. They just don't even play. That's what I've seen all the time. And it's the same problem I see with a lot of people. They'll find a build like the tactical power infusion exploit. I don't know why they're getting so excited and falling in love with it. It's going to be fixed. It's not going to be there forever. And if you're relying on that so much right now, when it's gone, what are you going to do? It's the same reason I love the grounding bolt. The grounding bolt, there was a period of time where the grounding bolt was unstoppable. Yeah, it's the same way people found out that volatile mines are cheap, so they have not stopped using volatile mines. It's like a lot of people play for killing you quickly, but they don't play for strategy. They're not playing for countering. They're not playing for any of that. All they want to do is blow up and see kills. It's not the best way to play the game. Kong Wilder came up with an idea that I used while I was playing today. It makes sense. Soon as one team has reached 24,000, whichever team, whether it's your team or the opposing team, soon as one team has reached 24,000, the game has shifted into late game. Start collecting the outposts. Try to dominate and hold the outposts. So if they reach it or you reach the 28,000, when it's time for final harvest, you want to have 6 to 7 outposts in your possession. So when that 10-second happen, even if they take 2, you'll still have like 4 to 5. That means you're still winning. And then all you're doing the rest of the game is just getting back outposts and keeping the outposts that you have and taking the ones that they keep taking, so they can never get ahead of steam. When they start seeing that you keep taking them back, they run for the center. Holding the center with no other outpost is useless. You're still losing. After they take it, you come back and you take it again. They go for the edges, you go back and you take the edges, and then you keep yourself between 5 to 7 the whole game. They can't win. You can't lose. So that's it. Yeah, you said it's Kong Wilder who mentioned it, I think like 4 days ago, and then I just thought about it. I'm like, but that kind of makes sense. If you start holding them early, even if you're losing every other game, because it's funny, that game we were losing bad. We were down by almost 10,000 points, or by the time we ended, we were down by 6,000 points. The game ended with us. We were at 21,000 when Final Harvest started. We ended the game with 24,000. That means the whole rest of the game, they just lost points, and we were gaining. That's it. Like, that's unbeatable. So yeah, it's a really good strategy. So that's what I'm gonna be doing, because now I have my early game. Head south, try to get that primal. Try to get, after you get the first primal and you get that first Imperial Guardian, collect some crystals. Try to get that score up. Try to build up the score. Get your second primal. Try to go get the second one. Then if the overseers come before arena, all you're trying to do before arena is get the overseer to go into the half state, like get it down to half health and do that invincibility thing, because it can only do it once. So you go into an arena and you set the overseer to only be set for kill the next time you fight it. It can't do anything else to protect itself. So yeah, I mean, it's a great strategy. And the key in the game is once overseers come, you're in mid game. Once you have basically the core behemoth, but you literally decide your end game. Once you enter the final stage of it, when you're in the end game of it, it's when the score reaches 24,000. Just shift into end game mode and just start collecting it. And it's a perfect strategy. And you will win more often than you're gonna lose if you play just like that. So yeah, and that's what I play for. Kills be damned. Like if you have a good build, you're gonna get kills anyway. Will you get the most kills? Maybe. Will you get third, fourth best? Probably. There are games I've gotten like fifth best kills, but I have the second or the first highest score. It's because I'm doing everything else. I just don't care about killing people. It's not a thing. I only need to kill you if you're preventing me from getting my objective. If you leave me alone, I'll leave you alone. I'll score, get closer to the end, and you live. I literally will not hunt people down. I'll shoot you to get you to go away. If you go away, I'll leave you be because I want to get the objective. I don't care about it. 10 points versus 30 points. That's literally what I'm doing. Yeah, it's to try to basically get the highest score by racking up 10 points. So think about it. Get 160 kills, right? 160 kills. There's a few decas, there's a few pentas. There might be an omega in there like that. You're still averaging maybe around 1,500 or 2,000 points that way. If I just collect crystals, I can get almost the exact same amount of points that you got from getting a pentakill by collecting 5 crystals. I actually have more points than you if I collect 5 crystals. Actually, I can get the same bonus you got from a pentakill by collecting 4 crystals. You'll score 80, and so will I. So what does it matter about the kills? The crystals will give me 80 points, and if I just collect 4, you need to kill 5 people and get a penta bonus to get an extra 30 points. That gives you 80, and I got 80 by running 4 crystals. And if I do that twice, I got 160. If I run 12 crystals, that's what you call it, 240. Like, the crystals are the way. It's crazy. The crystals used to be 40 points a pop before they brought them down to 20. They didn't make any, like, people did not even play Eventide for anything but running crystals because they were worth so much. But like I said, so news is no flamethrowers this update. So if you're waiting for the flamethrowers, you're going to have to wait a little bit longer. Second thing is ascension level is probably one of the bigger things that they're going to be trying to work on. They want us to look at and to give feedback on. So that's what like this update is. Besides the amazing new UI, and we get to see some of the weapons in 3D and be able to pick your character. And yeah, if you get your ascension levels high enough, yeah, you'll be able to get the free primal. We just got to get to level 30, and I don't know. Basically, based on the amount of gear I have and some of these guys have, I think we might be starting at level 20 or so. We might be really high up there already, because it seems some of us have crazy amount of gear. I wouldn't be shocked if some people got it right off the bat. So that's the thing. Yeah, I mean, I have a freaking gear level of 850. What is it now? 851, because of that duplicate freaking mask. 851 gear level. Yeah, I'm getting something. I'm getting pretty good penny, and probably a lot of the low level stuff I already own. Like, that's the funny thing. I think a lot of them. There was one they showed you. Isia was one of the things you could get. There was one they showed you. An objection was something you could get. I have all that. Like, let me see. What am I missing now? I'm lacking in abilities. But out of the primaries, I'm only missing 5 of those. Out of the heavies, I'm missing 3. The abilities, I'm missing almost as much as I have. I'm missing about half, 50% of them, and I'm only missing 3 trinkets. So I have damn near everything, and I could have gotten the Ring of the Veil. I didn't buy it. I could have bought the Windwalker totem. I didn't buy it. Like, there's a lot of stuff I'm not touching. I don't need another Primalist.